the Lord's had me doing this little building thing with this artwork He wanted me to do, and some of it I was like, what? You want me to do what? I've been documenting it. It's mind-boggling. It's so mind-boggling. Like I said, I've talked to Sarah today, talked to Jenna, talked to Michael. God, it's so unbelievable. The Lord's let me understand it, and now I can deliver it to you, to all you, in a way you'll see and understand. It's so simple. It's like,
in other words, you'll see it and understand it in the air, in the sky, on TV. It's everything. It's so simple. Like even a toddler can understand the two witnesses that are going to have they're going to be dead in the middle of the street.
Just like what I just showed you. The resurrection is a standing up again because we were cast. Yeah. Okay. Now watch this. Let me show you something. This is so cool. Watch this. Okay.
The anthem on TV could trigger viewers who hear political overtones. This is the world that we live in. The Roman government destroyed from within. The Roman Empire destroyed from within. As David Jeremiah quotes from history, the enemy was already sitting in the Senate. All you got to do is look at what's going on, turn on the news, and we see where we are. And I also want you to think of this. In Romans chapter 1, the people worship the creation rather than the Creator. God talks about a generation of people that will do it. Romans chapter 1, read it for yourself. Anybody watching, read it for yourself. Worship the creation rather than the Creator. That's what we have going on in this world right now. And then God also talks about homosexuality. Men lying with men and women lying with women.
The Lord told me turn the word nylon upside down and it's no line.
In Romans chapter 1,
Just stop.
when God turns the people over to their reprobate
It's so
mind,
unbelievable. So those of y'all that have been here for a long time, that have been sticking with it, God bless you. Thank you.
and I see what's happening in America. Not just that. You look at just bizarre stuff that makes
That's why they do what they do.
absolutely
They're
no
afraid of the
sense.
truth. That's why the demons fear Jesus. The
Reprobate
truth is what
mind.
puts them in the pit.
How could
This is going to get so
people
profound over the
think
next couple
way
weeks
they
with you guys. You're just going to be like,
And I
oh,
look at that
gosh,
and
this
think
is so.
that's
2 weeks.
It's so.
assigned up
Look
for
at
already
what you're
under
looking at.
judgment.
Feeling with the
And people don't want to hear
I told you
it.
the Lord told me a long time ago. I'm going to use
Don't
this
want to hear it.
the religion.
They don't want to hear a message like this. They don't want to hear that that could possibly happen to America. Listen, I do not like what I see
The videos are
happen.
still up on YouTube. Go watch them. I said, is it possible nothing is going to happen? Absolutely. And then I said, I think though they're kind of like a bear walking. The videos are still up on YouTube. Go watch them. I said, that's all documented. You know, I noticed one weird thing about the false prophet hunters. They're liars. They lie. Oh, Klecks said for sure on 11/11 it was the Hoover Dam was going to go. That's a total lie. Go. I've got the videos. They're still up on YouTube. Go watch them. I said, is it possible nothing is going to happen? Absolutely. And then I said, I think though they're kind of like a bear walking past honey. I don't think they can help themselves. But then there's two videos after that says, is it possible nothing's going to happen? Absolutely.
Say, justifying setting a date. Can you imagine if I got on every single time and justify? Well, I kind of do actually. I just say knowledge increases. There's no other reason besides knowledge increasing. But to get up every single time that I set a date and the event just doesn't happen yet, I can't.
This is where I'm showing up with the truth. Oh, when you show up with the truth, you're showing up with who? Jesus. Jesus through you. Christ in me, the hope of glory. Christ in you, the hope of glory, because you've been turned up. You've already entered into eternal life. You just haven't gotten your inheritance yet. You don't get that until your body dies. Right?
You hear this shit? You don't get your inheritance until your body dies. You know, hey God, look, thanks for allowing me to expose who this guy is. I really appreciate going through all this hard work for like the last 2 years. But are you gonna just kill me? Are you gonna allow me to just die just like that? I mean, it doesn't seem like it's kind of fair, does it? You know, I don't receive my inheritance until I die. Well, what about you, Kleck? Where's your inheritance? When do you receive that? When we die?
Are y'all at peace now? Once you know the truth, and the more truth you get, the more it gets you. I can't explain.
Who the fuck in their right mind, believing him, felt good right then and there when he said that? That's what he does. He reels in those poor old people that don't know any better, and they just believe what they hear, and then he makes them feel like, you know, after he says it, he makes them feel like absolute shit. Like, what? Wait a minute. No, I don't. I feel like I have a lot of anxiety in my heart. I don't know why.
Are y'all at peace now? Once you know the truth, Oh, Klecks said for sure on 11/11 there was the Hoover Dam was going to go. That's a total lie. I've got the videos. They're still up on YouTube. Go watch them. I said, is it possible nothing is going to happen? Absolutely.
This year of
And then I said,
11/11,
no, they're kind of like a bear walking past honey. I don't think they know themselves.
2019.
But then there's 2 videos after that says, is it possible nothing's going to happen? Absolutely. So they're liars, which makes them children of the devil. They're just children of the devil. And that's why they're so scared, because here I'm showing up with the truth. Oh, when you show up with the truth, you're showing up with who? Jesus. Jesus through you. Christ in me, the hope of glory. Christ in you, the hope of glory, because you've been turned up. You've already entered into eternal life. You just haven't gotten your inheritance yet. You don't get that until your body dies. Are y'all at peace now? Once you know the truth, and the more truth you get, the more at peace you're going to be. I can't even explain to you the level.
not one of those people that believe him felt at peace when he said that. And that is the whole purpose, to get them to feel just these mixed emotions, like, what the fuck? I don't know what it is about this guy, but I feel good at, but then I don't. Like, honey, I think I need to see a doctor. I have bipolar disease.
By using the artwork that he's having me do in this new thing to show me
What thing is that, Klecks? Is that the hologram show?
a physical representation in the system of the truth, and I can understand it. It's like going and having a teacher showing you a simple diagram so you can understand how simple it really was. It's the greatest paradox ever. It's the most profound, mind-boggling thing, but it's like the most simple thing. A little kid could totally get this and just be like, oh, yeah, it's a no-brainer. But not when you have a lot of baggage.
That's true, because the little kid's going to look up in the sky like, what the hell, Mommy? That cartoon is up in our screen. I mean, a sky. Even a 6-year-old will know that the sky is like a screenery.
That you're not willing to admit your guilt. So that's where the problem comes from. Now let me just show you. Look at where all this supernatural data.
Look where the
that Lord
penis
God
comes
is showing.
from.
Now watch
Look
this.
where,
Watch how profound this all really is.
I could have shown it. I could have shown any other. I mean, I could have shown any other screen, but just take a look at this.
So that's where the problem comes from. Now let me just show you. Look at where all this supernatural
Look at where all this supernatural power comes from.
data that the Lord God is letting me show you.
data.
Now watch this. Watch how profound this all really is. Okay, so I'm going to show you this one first. This is a keyhole, right? Okay, well this is an upside down cross. This is the Vatican itself, and this is the courtyard. This is the basilica. Royal abode of the basilisk. The basilisk is a legendary serpent. So this keyhole and this upside down cross is called St. Peter's Basilica. The word basilica means royal abode of a basilisk, which is a legend.
Okay, so I guess St. Peter's Basilica gets destroyed, right? Isn't that what asteroid hits? Does it hit that? I thought that was the same as the Vatican Church. Maybe it is, or maybe it ain't. I don't know.
Legendary serpent that kills with its breath or with its look. So that's what this thing is you're looking at. This is the basilica. It's a keyhole with an upside down cross. Now picture that keyhole with a right side up cross right in the middle of it. Okay, well that means the door's not locked yet. For the door to be locked, you got to turn the key upside down, and then the door
That would be 11:11 when the door is locked.
locked, and that's what this represents, is a locked door. So when you turn the key upside down, and you
So let's see, what is going on here? What is that, like a 9T, 19? A 9, a 1, and another 1? I'm sure it's representing 911 somewhere.
this represents a locked door.
It's definitely
Now to unlock this
St.
door with
Peter
the cross
getting
down,
destroyed.
that's why they call it St. Peter's Basilica, and this represents Peter upside down on the cross. The door is locked.
St. Peter's.
So in order to unlock this door,
Put this away.
Hey Steve, congratulations on your new roommate. Today. Oh my goodness.
That, huh?
Oh, you can't even make that stuff.
He's the kingdom of somebody, right?
Yeah, you can't even think that stuff up, Steve. Wow. So Peter's come.
this represents a locked door. Now to unlock this door with the cross down, that's why they call it St. Peter's Basilica, and this represents Peter upside down on the cross. The door's locked. So in order to unlock this door, you just got to turn this cross this way, and then you go from darkness to light. That's why Jesus was crucified. When the Son of Man is lifted up on the cross, you'll know that I am He. That's what He said.
So when you're lifted up on a cross, when you're lifted up, when you rise up from among the dead, then you'll know that I am He, which is He. He is who He says He is.
Pretty sweet moment right now. But see, we all got turned into serpent flesh. We are the serpent.
You know, in his own
are part of
mind
the
is
serpent's system.
where he believes he
Pretty
is.
sweet moment right now. Lifted up on a cross. You'll know that I am He. That's what He said. Pretty sweet moment right now. But see, we all got turned into serpent flesh. We are the serpent. We are part of the serpent's system. And so that's why in the Targum, and I use the Bible, I broke down the words in the Bible just to show you guys how it shows that we were given coats of nakedness, because we're spiritual beings that were dressed in a host body, which is naked. To show you part of what he's having me do, and so you guys can see it. And okay,
It's time for him to show you his rapture images. Because this is the part of the wall that's finished.
I'm going to show their system. So this is one of the pieces he has me doing.
I mean, it's nice.
You can see this spiral. Some of the videos that you guys need to see. So this, you'll be able to see the head of the dragon. Like right there is the dragon's eye. Guys, the system is all about eating angels. That's why there's a guy YG, he changes things, Kevon, Damon, whatever. But he changed. Now here's another one, and this one's like made out of black metal. And you can see look at that dragon. You see the dragon?
So one white angel and one black angel.
And their communication system with the Z and the B, the Z being the 26 letter of the alphabet, and the P being 16, 26, 16. Because the dragon system was to get us to fall. And to get us caught up in a duplicitous system. Now guys, what I just showed you is just a little teeny taste of what he's got me doing. Y'all aren't going to believe how profound this is all getting. It's a mystery of everything. I'll think right at you. It's a mystery of everything. You can call Georgios Coppolis and all the guys who make aliens and tell they better tune into John Klecks, because the mystery solved. So anyway,
Aliens.
The dragon does the mystery solved. So anyway, you're going to believe how profound this is all getting. It's a mystery of everything. I'll think right at you. It's a mystery of everything. You can call Georgios Coppolis and all the guys who make aliens and tell them they better tune into John Klecks, because the mystery
There we
solved.
go. Aliens
So anyway,
and... So the alien invasion's coming and the rapture's coming. He has both of them on that wall. Here he goes with calling his name John again.
John, I am the resurrection. So we'll go to John.
So weird.
John 11, 26. Watch this. Let's do it real fast.
He's letting you know. He just, John 11, 26, watch this. So in other words, it's 11:26 is when he believes that he's going to be lifted up like the Son of Man. Real fast, he believes he's going to be lifted up.
Watch this, just so you can see how profound. John 11, 26, here we go. I exist. See, I am the resurrection. A standing up again. Now look right here. A standing up again. To stand up. There it is. Okay, to raise up again. From the root. Johnny's
raise
word,
up.
Properly up.
Because he's interpreting Christ being raised up on the cross as being lifted up. And I get his interpretation, and it makes sense. Instead of actually being killed, he was raised up. But him being raised up?
Repetition, intensity, and reversal. So I exist, and the resurrection, the standing up. I'll just walk it back. Left, to stand up, to raise up again, a standing up again. That's what the resurrection means. Now, we'll do 1 Corinthians. Okay, here's Exodus. I will bring you up out of the affliction of Egypt. I will bring you up out of the affliction of Egypt. Exodus 3, there it is.
In other words, he will.
I will bring you up out of the affliction of Egypt to arise. Up, there it is. Okay, now, here's one.
So he's explaining how he's going to be lifted up as the Son of Man, like not dying. And then he's talking to you guys, the ones that are supposed to be following him.
The Lord told me to encourage y'all with until I finish my project. He told me to encourage you. Don't give up. Just keep on.
No, give up. And do exactly, listen everybody, that works for him. You know what he says is the exact opposite. So do give up. It's better to give up on him now than wait until the final day when everybody gets the tap.
So when it gets here, your faith is like gold to God. He's refining your faith. Like you're having trials and situations, that's how he can refine your faith. You know he's the king. So he's coming. He wants to be encouraging with these words right here. Ready?
He's so full of shit. So condescending too.
For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not permit them which are asleep.
He's saying that, you're going to be alive and remain.
For the Lord himself shall descend.
So descend is coming from heaven. So he's descending by all the miracle signs and wonders in the skies that he can just literally start telling people, like, control the weather with his fingertips, because he can anyway, and just have it like the controller behind him or something, or somebody else controlling it, and just going like abracadabra and things just explode and lightning comes down and everything. He can do that.
From heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of God, and the dead in Christ shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air.
In the air. So for the ones that can understand his interpretation, the air is the principality of the air, which is YouTube is the air. And just cutting us off alone, he's saying you're going to go with him. And on top of that, he's going to pay you $7,000 a month, guaranteed, to meet the Lord in the air. So shall ever you will be for 3.5 days.
So we ever be with the Lord, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. Wherefore comfort one another with these words. Okay, so that's first.
Because being caught up in the air, well, it really is in your consciences where you and Christ are, or aren't.
He told me I had to do it today before I continue. It's 4.
So here's a reference to, well, today, well, November 5th, so it was last night, but he has to come up, just like on, here's the same, this is a similar exact, well, type of video where he hopped up on October 20th, right before the tornado at Home Depot, because he was so excited. And he's doing the same thing now. So he has to hop on, show you this now, right before that next, well, it feels like it's going to be an earthquake. That's what I'm seeing here with KLECK. Like a major catastrophe of earthquake, something that actually dominates the news this time. And because he was just testing, that tornado was a test. And then the earthquake is the next, because it all starts with an earthquake and airplanes and birds and planes and airplanes falling from the sky.
So this is what the Lord told me I had to do for y'all he told me I had to do it today before I continue on all this hard work he's got to do. So watch this. So
See?
Again, the coming of the Lord.
There's
We
his
which are alive
admission.
and remain shall be caught up to seize. Oh, harpazo, to seize, to catch up. See, catch goes with the word up. To catch up, to seize. Harpazo, to take for oneself. You know why?
You know why? Because we're going to seize you. I mean, but we're going to get caught up together, but they're going to get seized.
Do you know why? Because you have been turned up. I've been crucified with Christ. It's not I that live, but Christ.
It's like he's talking to 13-year-olds. That's how his audience that believes him has the mindset of like 13-year-olds. And see, that's the perfect reason why those lost sheep, they need a real shepherd to guide them, not this wolf.
Luke, when these things begin to come to pass, and you shall see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things
In the
begin to
clouds.
look up.
Look up,
For your redemption.
because there he is.
So, have y'all got this all figured out now? That's what y'all got to, right? It's amazing. But I want you guys to watch how it unfolded for me, because I was like, I want you guys to watch how it unfolded for me, because I was like, even if you guys become, but I want you guys to watch how it unfolded for me, because I was like, I wanted me to do a certain work thing on the floor. I was like, what, you do something on the floor? I mean, these walls are hard enough. They are. And like, just even getting the panels up on the wall, I mean, literally could have died on one of them.
When he has something to do on the floor, in that thing, his little thing that he has, his little building, when he has the walls, well, he has the angels and the aliens are up on those walls. And on the floor, so when he's in there, this floor is referring to like an earthquake type of thing that's going to shake.
They're hard enough. They are. And like, just even getting the panels up on the wall, I mean, literally could have died on one of them. The one definitely would be saved. Like, extreme. It could have like a but
This part here, KLECK is explaining the salary of the promise of the people to join his little clan.
after going through some very lean, very edgy times with 4 kids, with 4 children, then I was like, I had a friend offer me a job for $7,000 starting a month. That's a pretty good salary to start with a guarantee of $10,000 a month in 3 months. plus mileage and per diem.
And
So
your
I'd be making
gas
about
is paid
$1,500 a month.
for.
And I was like, and it was a good friend of mine from Scout having Trey.
Man,
And I was like,
15 grand
wow,
a
that
month.
sounds really good. And having been in those very lean times, someone offering that kind of salary was like, oh, wow, what a welcome break, right? Like, yes.
Absolutely.
At least I got financial stress off you. But the Lord said, I want you on the radio. So when I was telling my kids, hey, this is what I'm probably going to do. I'm probably going to take this job with Trey. And then on that, that car ride up to Waco, right before we got to Austin, I ended up at 80's Ice Cream and it said on air. I'm not going to go through the whole story, but the Lord told me I want you on the radio. And
Oh, that car ride up to Waco? You mean Waco, Texas? You mean that sign that you've shown that says Waco, but it has the 911, but it's really Philadelphia, Amen? You mean that one?
I literally had a choice to make right there. I had to pass up $7,000 a month.
There's the choice you're going to make. On your way to Waco, which is the second 911, which is right the frick here, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, William Penn building. These two witnesses with their heads blown in the middle of the street. When you get to that point and you meet at the alley, if you still decide to go, because when you guys meet at that alley at 14th and Cherry on Broad, where that airplane is there, the wings, when you meet there, you have an opportunity not to pass up $7,000 a month, guaranteed. Now, I'm not even guaranteeing $7,000. I said, you make 100 hours an hour from the time of making a job that had like $15 an hour. You're now at 100 hours an hour. You only have to work 4 hours a day. 4 hours a day. And you get to choose whether it's 8 a.m. to 12 or 9 to 1, 10 to 2, whatever it is, just set your schedule for that week, and that's what you'll do. You go in 4 hours a day, you make 100 hours an hour. Right? You leave, at the end of the day, you're 400 hours richer. The cars that were $45,000 are now $4,500. So that's where my plan, it levels things out, because what it does is it goes from, you were so used to making less, and everything is so expensive. So now my currency is, you make a hell of a lot more and everything is cheap. Isn't that exactly what everybody wants? And it's right there. It doesn't even need to have a price. Nothing needs to even have a price. So obviously it's very possible to happen. Just not with him, because what he'll do, I mean, whatever, you take go ahead. I mean, that's a lot of money, But just know this. You're going to be working your ass off nonstop forever. And you're not going to be happy. And he's not a nice guy. He's not a nice guy, because he's on a power trip. When he gets humbled, like Belshazzar does, immediately, like that, he'll become a nice guy. But over here, you don't have to work all those hours, and you're not going to be on call, and you actually make your own schedule. Now, during those 4 hours, well, it's 3, because you even get paid for lunch. So it's like here, look, here's $100. Go take yourself to lunch, the entire crew. And then when you do that, like, man, that boss would be really highly respected, because it's like we're getting paid to eat too. That gets to the point where when you're eating, you're like, this is how it works. After they sit there and they eat the lunch, then they're like, yo, man, here, let's go back to where let's put some more time in for him. I feel like we're like ripping him off, because the mindset changes where you start to actually respect the person that you're working for. This would never work out. It just wouldn't work out.
Guaranteed, plus mileage and per diem. So that's $7,000 base salary guaranteed, plus mileage and per diem. Starting. I mean, it was mine. Trey said you can have the job. I'll give it to you. Just, let's go.
Okay, so I'm, my video came first, like always. I always come first, and everybody else copies afterwards. And he's copying afterwards. But he's giving you a high, and it's hard to you know, it's like 10,000 guaranteed. That's 2,500 hours a week, easy. But you got to work for him.
Just call and let me know. It was already mine. And
Just call, you know.
then when one showed me on air and doing that supernatural story, I had a choice to make. I could either trust God and start a radio program where I had no idea how I was going to get paid. It was like, you want me on the radio? What does that mean? Was I supposed to go get a job at a radio station? Even though I'd been on AM radio before for Liberty Broadcasting, you know, I didn't know whether or not he was.
Oh, for who? Liberty Broadcasting? Oh my goodness, that reminds me of that building down Center City. I think it's on 17th Street.
Charles Schwab? No. Liberty. Liberty. What?
But to stop shaking the damn camera.
One Liberty Place is what it's called.
One Liberty. It's kind of hard to see, but one over there and Liberty Place. 1650. So that's right 17th Street this way and Market. So that's right on 17th and Market.
The bell? Does that ring a bell? That's one tall ass building.
Can I get everybody ready?
Brace yourselves. So the New Philadelphia.
Does that ring a bell like what's on that container out there?
Liberty Place is what it's called. Liberty, like the bell? Does that ring a bell?
Sell one t-shirt. Trust me, I will take care of everything you need.
There you go.
I was like, what? I got
Everything you need.
What do you mean?
7,000 a
Really
month.
handy. I was like, okay. So anyway, so then he just said, just give out your P.O. box and I'll take care of everything. That's what he told me. And I said,
Because the stories are full of shit. They didn't actually happen. He's just making up stories, but he's just saying it to let people know like what the salary is.
so give out my P.O. box over the radio. And he said, and when you do YouTube videos, okay, give them your P.O. box. You don't have to do it all
See? Just give out your P.O. box over the radio. I mean, you know, YouTube. You don't have to do it at all.
the time. Just every now and then do it. So here's the point I was going to make. There's
So send in your application. You'll get your 7,000 hours a month when you work for the when you've received the mark from the Beast.
times when people are not financially stable. I understand that because God put you through those times. I don't want anybody that's in one of those times to
Yeah, because God put you through those times, like because He put you through those times.
see it out. Nobody. Just get through your little trial of whatever financial situation you've got you going through. If you're financially stable and it's you know you want to help out, the project could use a little help right now.
Here is where you turn your back. The project could use a little help right now. I bet it can. I bet you need all the help that you can get. Well, the only problem is, try not to freak out, Johnny, all right? You've been told ahead of time that it's coming to an end. The writing's on the wall. It says, like, Miki, Tekel, up har sin. Your time is up.
I've been working my
That's what Satan's supposed to do in these end days.
If you can burn 3 ends of a candle, I've been burning it, okay? I'm not joking. You're going to get to see some videos that are, you know, like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning with metal sparks flying everywhere. And then I come out and get up and
I feel like bombs being dropped everywhere in the sky, metal sparks being 1 and 2, 2, 3, 2, 4 in the morning. 4, 3, 2, 1. It's going to start happening when, I believe, let's see, President takes off, leaves for Louisiana under stunning DC sky. Now they're just letting you know, like, his airplane's going to fall pretty soon. It's the only reason why they're even showing you that. And it's Phoenix 10, of course, because Phoenix Rising. This guy's letting you know that the rapture's coming. The videos in the sky, the people sending in, like, seeing people disappearing, the rumors of the rapture, Trump falling from the skies, airplane malfunctionings happening, 11/11, airplanes dropping into buildings, blaming it on malfunctions, blaming it on witchcraft, blaming it on ISIS, Obama. It's just going to be a non-stop. Everybody has a new story for why the metal sparks are going to be flying everywhere like 2, 3 in the morning.
And then, you know, and I've got all kinds of other stuff going on in life, you know, like, you know, just helping other
He's just straight telling on himself. Not he can't help it.
people with construction jobs and taking care of this person.
Because all these airplanes in the sky too, they're going to be crashing. We're going to see a lot of those images as well.
Stuff and that person stuff and all kinds of things. Unbelievable. So anyway, I'm going to do what the Lord told me to do a long time ago.
You know, like on the news.
I'm going to post my PO box right here. Or if anyone wants to support us, or when I say support us, I mean support this in time.
Yeah. I mean, not me. Just like I'm not us. I mean, like this phenomenon.
You want to be part of that and support it, and that's because that's what he's got me doing. So anyway, so let me show you one way to do that. I'm going to go to the Jonathan Klecks channel, Jonathan Klecks on YouTube. You're watching right here, jk@jonathanklecks.com. See right here, PayPal. You can PayPal to jk@jonathanklecks.com.
This is like the introduction video to all of those that he handed out flyers to. That if they want to be part, like the final. This is your final decision. You either accept the mark from him and continue to eat, or you don't. And according to him, we all die. We're dead sheep. He's going to turn his face against the fort of his own land.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize I didn't have my thing around my neck the whole time. Hopefully,
Hey, Steve,
the volume
does this
is still
offend
okay.
you?
Anyway, we'll see. But anyway, some people, you know, are more comfortable with the mail. Here's the thing. I love getting little cards and people writing little notes and stuff. What I don't like are 4, 5, 6 page letters. I'm like,
So you don't like 4, 5, 6 page letters sent to your neighbor's house or anything like that? Hey, Steve, did you appreciate that 7-page letter that I sent you? Because if I would have sent it to him, he wouldn't even have read it.
there's just no way. I'm like,
Why? I mean, what kind of king is that? He doesn't even care about his people.
I've got too much going on. Here's another thing I want to mention in the letters. Some people are kind of misunderstanding my function. Like some people will send me a letter and they'll have
Like some people actually think I give a shit about what you're saying. Get it straight, people, okay?
letter and they'll have, I don't know, kind of like, hey, I need you to solve this issue in my life type thing. Like, I'm not that guy. The Lord is that guy. I'm not.
No, you are that guy. You're the one that controls the money. You're the one that says it in the copper, because you highlight your letters in copper because it's an accomplishment, because you've accomplished to take away the copper and the silver and the gold and the precious things, and everything is at your freaking doorsteps. You have the power to do it. You just don't want to do it, so I'll do it because you won't. I remember this. He said Adam Schiff was a cokehead, that he had like this coke problem. I was just wondering, like, is that really your real name? Is it really Jonathan Vargo Kleck? Or is it Adam Schiff? Because you're supposed to be Adam, and you're a shift changer. At least that's probably what your name is, one of the names that you've given yourself.
You know, I've got some letters lately. I'm like, you should probably be talking to a detective or something, not to me, or to a police department somewhere, stuff like that. That's not my.
Another way to find applications, you might want to talk to a police station somewhere that he controls.
P.O. Box 9128.